The Lord rises. Happy Easter, everyone. Jose Ricaurte, War Room. Now, I've been thinking, what companies out there may sort of have an edge under the circumstances? And it came to me, this company will be challenged, but nevertheless, they still have an opportunity. And I wanted to share it with you. As usual, please remember, I'm not your financial advisor. Nevertheless, myself, Mahesh Tang, data scientist from India, and all the crew from Market Traders Daily, we want to make sure you have the best content. But content that it's provocative. It makes you understand how to trade stocks and different assets. The name of the game today is multi-asset trading. You cannot be one dimension or two. It has to be 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not about deluding yourself. It's about understanding that you need to diversify. There's a lot of content out there, a lot of professionals saying, hey, gold will do great. And then you go, because that's what Main Street does. They go, they take one advice and they write it up, and then write it down. Do you remember that fever for Bitcoin? Ha! Lots of buyers, 17,000. It went all the way down, way half, and 80% loss. Maybe you made money. Maybe you did. But the point is, now, focus. We will be better and stronger everything this whole saga of the coronavirus ends. But for now, keep in mind, not every single company and every single business or every single industry will survive. They might be around, but doesn't make them appealing for your risk capital. Doesn't make it appealing for you to choose them and add them to your future pension fund. That's not what it is. So today I want to take a look at BUD, B-U-D. The name of the company, a little bit tricky for me to pronounce it, but hey, let's work. Okay, so this is the site, location. I'm in Croatia. All of you guys know by now I live in Dubrovnik, and let's see, April 7, 1982. Okay, here it is. I turned 38 a week ago. Here we go. So this is AB InBev. There's a company that sell beer. Do you like beer? I like it. So why not making money out of it? All right. Now let's go to our brands, and I just want to give you a quick tour before we go to the chart. I think you know these names. Look at this. Not the best name to have on your product right now. Corona Extra, Budweiser, Stella Artois. Let's see, it's loading. Beck's, Bogota Lager, Aguila. They sell this one in Costa Rica. Brahma, can't remember. Bud Light. Where's this one? Pale Ale, can't remember. Let's take a quick look. Cusqueña, love it. Harbin, Eagle, Lager, no idea. Probably you know these brands. Let me just get my coffee. Leffe, delicious. There you go. Modelo Especial. Probably, in my opinion, the best Mexican beer. Mexican commercial beer. Let's continue. Quilmes, Argentina. San Miguel. Is it the one they sell in, I think in Mexico? Paraguay? Can't remember. This is Argentina. Where's this flag? Uruguay, Paraguay. And let's move to the last page. Well, I don't really know this name, because apparently this is Brazil. No idea where this one. Salvador or Salvavida. This is Salvador. This is Brazil. Probably Mexico. Victoria. Yeah, that's Mexico. So you see, AB InBev, there's a wide range of products that you know, drinking products. Now, they may not be food, although some people think it's just liquid bread. There's an opportunity, and I want to share with you what exactly we do with this. Are you ready? Let's take a look at the chart. Let's jump. We're going to work right away, and as usual, remember, I do start on the monthly view. I want you to make sure you can make money. I don't have anything to do with the lower time frames. You maybe want to do that once you learn more. But the big bucks, that kind of money that takes you to a comfortable retirement, to a comfortable return in the next 36 months, that's where you find it, in the monthly chart. That's what it is. So, step number one, I look at the monthly. That's what I want. Now, pay attention. Of course, last 2 weeks, last 3 weeks, challenging times. Look at it. Company went down 24.41%. Why I repeat this is because keep in mind, the S&P 500, do you remember the final number? The S&P 500 ended minus 13% in March. This company was down 24.5%. So it makes sense. I do expect a recovery, and that's the idea. How do we make the money? Levels to keep in mind. Look at the monthly. Now, this low, the low was $32.58. Somewhere around. It's a new low. It's a critical low. There's a full demand, full flow of fresh cash buying at a new all-time low. The new all-time low, 32.58, 32.58. For now, all-time low. Simple. We broke this level and there is a new low. Write it down. You need to be aware of this before you decide to do anything with A&B InBev. BUD, that's the ticker symbol, but we have it. Now let's take a look. Once I have that information, as you see, always deploy volume profile to your right. It will give you a sense of direction, mapping. If I buy today, I need to ask myself a question. For, what is the price right now? $48.90. Ask yourself the right questions and you will be successful. If I pay $48.90, where can BUD find not only resistance, but pressure? Where's the pressure? Easy. You look at volume profile, and looking at volume profile, I know the next level, there are two levels to see. Let me see. Okay, let's see how I just looking to deploy correctly the histogram. There you go. On the wide scale, the next level, critical level, will be between $54 all the way up to $56, almost $56.90. Then, only then, if price can, let me just bring the brush. If we clear this level, then we start trading around $60 and it can move all the way to 88 and then back to 115. In the middle of the range, in the middle of the way up, there are critical levels. Number one, based on volume profile, this area. Did you go 54 all the way to 58? That's the tension, pressure that we'll have to face. Let me just remove all drawings. Now, that's the pressure we have to face. At this point, I want to know also who is behind this company, the big dollars, the big boys. institutions that can turn on the lights of bot. Okay, so let's take a look. Now, this is a list of players. Note that there's only one that sold out last December. I can't remember, Lee Ansley. But then we have big names. Look at Jim Simmons, mathematician. He got his PhD from Berkeley at 23. Still 2.2 million shares. He's down 41% on his holdings. Who else has a big amount? Ken Fisher, another legend, about 7 million shares at a current loss of 41. Who else we have? Jim Simmons. Well, he reduced. Ken Fisher, the rest of them. Those are the big two players. There's these entries from George Soros adding to his portfolio, but about 50,000 shares. And Mark Hillman added another 57,000 shares. So to keep in mind. Also, Philippe Lafon, he's big on Snapshot. He added about 54,000 shares. So there's a few big names, two names, Jim Simmons, and then we have Ken Fisher, with a substantial, at least Ken Fisher, with a substantial investment so far. 7 million shares, not a big deal, still a position that matters when it comes to allocation. Okay, so I wanted to share with you who are the big players, who you can name that they have been successful in trading for more than probably 20 years, in the case of Jim Simmons. And you can have these as a ground fundamental of who is pushing cash into the company, or who is retaining his shares. So that gives you a map as far as understanding the fundamental behind this company when it comes to who is who on the side of institutions loading. Now, we have this information. What else I may say? There is a resistance based on this previous support at $64. It's another level to consider. And then if finally we can sustain this price above not only the volume profile, but previous support, now resistance, then we'll have a new rotation that will take us all the way back. At least, let me just zoom. Do this. We can close a cycle. We have the opportunity to close this cycle, and we'll have a chance to trade back to 103. Once we close this cycle, we have the entry. This is you can see exactly how we have the bottom. Don't be surprised if we just retest. There's always an opportunity. Price may do this, retest the low. It will be beneficial for those of you with positions to then have a double bottom, and then price may continue. It won't be a straight line. You will have this sideways, up, sideways, and finally close this entire cycle at about $100. So looking at it, what is really the opportunity? Now, think about beers. You can, most of the services, most of the businesses that produce, that they do produce beer, they have some sort of level of automated capacity. So they may decide to cut staff, that's a given, and reorganize salaries. But then at the end of the day, people will still drink. And I can show you in a moment just a little bit of headlines. Now, before we move into that headline, just to give you an idea, just for you to think, to imagine the value of the asset, the value of the product that these companies producing. We know it's beer. Who doesn't enjoy good beer? Fresh. It's very hot out there in the summer, and then you want to drink a beer. Now, let's remove our drawing, and let's talk about that potential. So I'm looking at this. The first target will yield 37%. My second target, based on this area, will yield 69%. And finally, all the way to $100, it sort of estimated 110%. If you decide to jump into this opportunity, I do not recommend any stop losses. However, I do take at least, due to circumstances, a 60% risk on any position. I don't place my stop losses. I just calculate my value, my risk value. If this happens, I am out. I'm just going to explain. I'm not going to explain the most advanced risk management and money management techniques we share with our clients that are paid members of the War Room. However, just to give you an idea, this is the direction we have decided to take because of the circumstances. Volatility is high. It's a little bit lower now, but don't be surprised if it comes back. This is not over yet. We're conscious. You have to be conscious. This is just the beginning of a massive shift in society, whether you like it or not. What is normal now? We don't know. We need to wait for all these countries to move away from lockdowns and, well, social distances may as well stay, but keep that in mind. So this is a company that it doesn't matter how much social distancing we promote, we will still drink a cold one. Don't forget that. So looking at this potential, if I understand my risk, I have all the opportunities to make money. So what is my risk? Based on a 60% haircut, I am out around. If this company makes a new low and lands somewhere around $19, I want to be out of this business of this company. Something happened, something changed. They couldn't keep up. They couldn't adapt to the situation. They don't deserve my money. I'm out. As I said, this is just a basic frame of work, understanding my risk and different potential exits for my risk capital. Remember, at all time, invest and trade with funds that is something, if it doesn't go the way you want, it will not affect your lifestyle, your day-to-day lifestyle, or your family. Okay, that's the most important, guys. Just remember, just trade, invest with risk capital. You don't trade with your mortgage, all right? Now, the final thing I want to show, I talked to you guys yesterday about this tool, finviz.com. It's totally free. And then when you type in, there's a full, for those of you guys that you love the macro numbers, all that information is in sort of layout in this area. But this is what I wanted for you to pay attention. Look at the headlines back on April 10th. Beer sales surge at grocers. That's it. That's all I need to know. And groceries may come up with deliverance service. That's true. Delivering services. So it doesn't matter social distancing. Consumers are still there. And beer will still be one of their products, the love products. You have milk, cereal, sugar, toilet paper, all that. But remember, beer, the cold one, that it doesn't change. It doesn't change. So go ahead. If you like the video, please, you're always welcome to subscribe to Market Traders Daily. We have a ton of content, quality content, ideas that you can review, even just talk to your financial advisor, see if you like them. Hey, it's worth it. Remember, no taking action is the real danger. Look at the bottom, look at the description. There's a link as well so you join the War Room. Go ahead. It's a Telegram group. Join us. You will receive all this information and come back. Mahesh Tang, data scientist all the way from India, and myself, Jose Ricaurte Jaen, directly from Dubrovnik. We will keep recording, bringing you ideas that you can really trade and invest. Until then, see you guys.